It's one of those rabbit holes, and it cuts a couple different ways because time is wonky and certain things were omitted, mind you. Keep that in mind. But by the end of this short clip, you're going to hear propaganda, just flat out fucking propaganda associated with this. I'm going to play it, and naturally it's on Question Antiquity. And listen to the fucking TikTok noises because fuck you and fuck me and fuck everything. TikTok is a dumpster fire of fucking propaganda.
Actually living in 1726. In 1991, a German historian by the name of Hermann Illig proposed a theory called phantom time hypothesis, suggesting that the years 814 through 911 AD never happened. Well, you see, Illig claimed that these years were actually made up by the Holy Roman Emperor Otto III, Pope Sylvester II, and Byzantine Emperor Constantine VII by altering documentation and converting the Gregorian calendar in order to fast forward time to the sacred year 1000 AD, as Otto's ruling that starts on the millennial year 1000 AD would sound much better and be more legitimate. This theory is further backed up, as while there are written documents, there seem to be a lot of missing artifacts from those 297 years. Looking at the example of how Tartaria was written out of existence, it seems like it really wouldn't be that hard for the elites of the world to rewrite history, and just maybe
Tartaria is a fucking wet dream. It's an adult fairy tale. It's a theory. It's a fucking theory, for God's sake. But now it's been written out of history according to crap like this. This is what they do. They rope you in. This is why I keep using that analogy from that guy who was he was the head of our sales team, and he trained people essentially to be fuckers. How you make people laugh. You get your foot in the door. You get them to break down their guard, and eventually they'll start to accept anything you fucking sell them. They'll buy into it, literally. Instead of looking into it, they'll buy into it. And our masters employ this tactic often. You get something sensational, you get something funny, you get fill in the blank. This is why you get a lot of propaganda in comedies, in terms of movies and television shows. You get a lot of it. Because you're going to internalize it. If you're happy, you're not going to shut it out. You're not going to systematically reject it, and you're not going to fucking question it. You're also going to digest all of it. It's a delivery system. But you don't hear that come up. What the fuck do I know? And yes, this guy isn't censored and blah, blah, blah. And he doesn't just moderate this, because if you look closely, you see his little, handle having to do with TikTok. This site is neat for what it's worth. I was kind of hoping it would stay on the fucking thing. If I recall, it's an old church.
12th century, under the reign of King.
Here, we'll watch it.
The heart of Ethiopia lies one of the most astonishing architectural achievements in the world. An entire city of churches carved from solid rock. Welcome to Lalibela, a testament to faith, devotion, and ancient ingenuity. Lalibela's churches were not built. They were sculpted, chiseled directly from the ground in the 12th century under the reign of King Lalibela. Legend has it, he was inspired by a vision to create a new Jerusalem, a sacred place where pilgrims could come and worship without leaving Africa. What makes Lalibela truly remarkable is that it wasn't constructed in the traditional sense. Instead, it was carved downwards into the earth, creating a complex of 11 churches connected by tunnels and trenches, each more intricate and spiritually significant than the last. These stone-carved sanctuaries are still living places of worship, their walls adorned with carvings of biblical stories and religious symbols. The skill of the craftsmen, who worked with nothing but hand tools, remains unmatched to this day. For nearly a millennium, these churches have served as spiritual hubs for Ethiopian Orthodox Christians. Every year, thousands of pilgrims make the journey here to celebrate holidays, seeking blessings in the same sacred spaces where kings once prayed. Lalibela is not just a wonder of architecture, it's a living monument to faith and perseverance. Deep in the heart of Ethiopia.
Sometimes you get straightforward presentations. Keep in mind, this is a truncated clip. I imagine there's more to this, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. And aspects of how people are putting these through filters begs a lot of questions too. This is a real site, mind you, but these days you never know based on AI altered crap. Some of this video looks like that, but it's also because the filters have to do with the AI. The internet has to do with the AI. The Wi-Fi now has to do with the AI, which means all the cell phones have to do with the fucking AI. Your computers, anything you could possibly think of associated with electronics. And that's a terrifying thought. Yeah, just the same.